Hi guys, my name is Elena and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about all the things I want to complete in 2026, and hopefully as I'm going through my little comprised list that I have here, you guys will be able to learn a couple things about me. And this list is completely random. It's completely random, like it's not by like physical, mental, or career or anything, because there's super specific things that I would like to do, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys. So, first up on the list, I really want to be able to pack my lunch more in 2026. But the thing about that is that I am super picky about my lunch boxes. Every time that I find a lunchbox, I always find it in a super cute pattern, but it's either too small or it has a zipper in the front. I want like a zipper on the top. I'm just like super picky about what I want my lunchbox to look like, and I feel like there's not like a lot of options that I've seen, because I always go to Target, TJ Maxx, occasionally I would check Walmart, and there just has not been one that has caught my eye. But with packing my lunch more, I also struggle with this only because like I live so far from Trader Joe's. The closest Trader Joe's is in Westlake, and it's about 30 minutes away. I do shop at Aldi's for my groceries, but I don't really like Aldi's snacks. There's like I just like Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's it has the things that I really would like to eat. For example, like the protein bars. I like the fact that you can get the separate ones instead of having to buy the box. At Aldi, you have to buy the box. And protein bars, not all protein bars obviously taste the same. There's different textures and all this other stuff, and I just know that I'll be able to get a lot more for my money at Trader Joe's than getting snacks at Aldi's. Another thing that I also would like to do in 2026, I would love to find a form of exercise that I actually enjoy. And last year I was able to find it, and I realized that it's ballet. I was taking ballet classes last year when I was living on my own, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it so much, and I wasn't able to take classes this recently, like in the beginning of the year, only because of just like how money and things are right now with school starting up and work. But I love ballet. I did take Pilates at one point. I do love Pilates, but there's just something about Pilates that I just don't really jive with. And with me having like, I did color guard for years of high school, and I have like the foundations of dance. Like I wouldn't consider myself a dancer. Like when I think of a dancer, I think of like those girls that go to like those competitions, like, and they're super serious about it. I just have the super basic foundations of like dance and stuff like that. So when I did take ballet, I really did enjoy it because I was learning, but I wasn't like struggling, like starting from scratch when I came to dance. Another thing, I should have added this too when I was talking about my lunch, but I'll just add it in here. I wanted to try coconut cold yogurt. Now I'm taking this off the list because I actually found out that coconut cold yogurt is actually not that healthy, and it has a lot of sugar in it, and you're better off just getting like the probiotic yogurt. I'm trying to think of like that one brand. It's like green. I'll put a picture here. You're just better off eating this yogurt than buying coconut cold yogurt, because like I found out there's a lot of sugars in there, and it's actually not all that, which was super disappointing because I thought it was cute. I thought the jar that the yogurt came in was cute, so I was like, okay, I could eat a healthy yogurt and I get a cute jar out of it. It looks like it's just not happening. Another thing that I wanted to do this year, I wanted to make my own coffee bar, because I was able to get this baker's rack from my mom's my parents' house, but it's my mom's baker's rack, and it's from IKEA, and it has a wooden top and it has a metal rack, and it has a metal rack on the top. And I figured it would be really cute if I got like, not like placemats, but like a very small table runner to put on top of it, and then I can start getting the syrups. And like I really want to get an espresso machine at some point, because I do like to drink coffee, but every time when I get coffee, I always get the most outrageous customized drinks ever in my life, especially from Target, not from Target, especially from Starbucks. and like 7 brew. And I figured that I can make my coffee at home. I can save my money, especially when I work in the mall. Because I do work in the mall. They have a Starbucks upstairs, and those $6-7 drinks really be adding up. So I really want to invest my money in getting a coffee station or making a coffee station, because I can get the syrups and stuff from like TJ Maxx does sell some. I know Starbucks, sometimes you can actually buy the syrups based on what kind of syrup it is, like, and who's working. But sometimes you can get like the vanilla and caramel syrup, and sometimes they'll give you the pump for it. A lot of the times that I did do that, I was always bought at like a Starbucks that was inside of a Target instead of a actual Starbucks, because they're a little bit more, understandably so, they're a little bit more stingy with what they have, understandably so. But there's that info in case you didn't know that. This year, I would also like to go on a small trip with Ben. I think this is really what happened because I keep bringing it up to Ben. Ben is my boyfriend. We have been dating for 2 years now, and we do go on trips every year, but it's a camping trip that we go with our group of friends. Me and Ben have not been on a solo trip ourselves. So we were thinking something more within the state of Ohio, like Hocking Hills, and then there's Put-in Bay, or I keep getting those TikToks of those of these tree house cabins that you can rent, and they're like an hour and a half away from Cleveland. So we're thinking about doing that this year, and it doesn't have to be like a long trip. Like, we can go for the weekend and honestly be back for work and stuff like that. So the chances of that actually happening is really high, and I'm really excited about it because I've always just wanted to go on a solo trip with me and Ben and just enjoy vacation time. This year I also want to be able to successfully start a sourdough starter. And I say successfully start a sourdough starter because I had a sourdough starter, and then she went bad because I just keep forgetting to feed it. And it's actually a really big liability and concept in my brain to have to keep feeding this thing to make a loaf of bread. But one day I'm going to commit myself to make this sourdough bread, and do it. I just have to be really committed. Every time that I made it, I just kept forgetting it in like the fridge, and then like you could tell like by the hooch that it gives off that it was bad, so I just gave up. But we'll try again another day, someday this year. Another thing that I would like to do this year, I would love to go see a chiropractor. My friend Sammy went to go see a chiropractor, and she said that she really enjoyed her experience. And last year, the later part of the year, it was around like, was it later part of this year? It was like within the past 6 months, I slipped on my apartment steps on ice, and I had really bad back pain for a whole month. And ever since then, I feel like I just need to be like rebooted and like factory reset, because my back still hurts every now and then, and like every once in a while, even like when I'm holding my head down, I would get like a very sharp pinch of pain in the back of my neck, and I don't know what it is. Especially like with me being a student and studying and stuff like that. So I just want to get like factory reset and see a chiropractor. And I feel like I would really benefit from that, because I always hear when people go, like, they feel so much better. And I just know I would just love to see a chiropractor, period. Another thing I would like to start this year is I would like to start journaling. And I do have like a lot of like journals and stuff, but when I talk about journaling, I'm talking about like those girls on TikTok that like they have a whole bin full of scrap paper and shit that they collected throughout their week, and they're junk journaling with it. And that is something that I absolutely wanted to do. The only thing that's stopping me from doing that is low-key is the space. I do have a desk, but it's getting messy and I need to organize it because I have a whole bunch of like crafting paper, and then I got hot glue sticks in there. I have hot glue sticks and paper in there, so it's just getting messy, and I just have to get the materials for it. I feel like girls that junk journal, like, they can just look at anything and be like, yeah, that's going in my journal. I just feel like I don't have the keen eye yet for junk journaling, but I'm hoping that I can get there. The thing I would like this year, I would love to get a camera of some sort. Now, every time when everybody's like, oh, if you want to start a YouTube channel, you should get the Canon, what is it? The Canon GX. I think there's a huge overhype about the type of camera and how expensive it is. I think it's just more about, do you know how to use the functions and how to use them well? So I'm just looking for a camera that I can record with, because right now I'm using my phone. I don't mind using my phone because I have a lot of storage that I can use, but I would like a camera of some sort to film and to carry around, and I would like to have like a cute like little not wristlet, but like a thing that you can put around your wrist, and like I would like to have it bedazzled and all this other stuff. But if I were to get a camera, it definitely would not be the Canon GX, because apparently all the Canon camera functions work the same. It's just all about how you use it. So, and I'm not down. I mean, and I'm down to learn how to use a camera if I really need to. Okay, this year I would like to go to the farmer or flea market. Every single time that I wanted to go to the flea market, it's always on a Sunday, and I always have to work, or I'm broke. It's either one of those three. But I really wanted to go to a flea market. Ben told me that there was like a flea market in Elyria that takes place on Sundays. And then I know that Crocker Park has like their farmers market and stuff that they do in the summer. And I've always, every single time that they have it, like I said, I'm working, I'm busy, or I'm broke. Working or busy or broke. So I'm hoping that I get to go to one this year. I've been super into like vintage antiques and stuff. I found a couple like really nice pieces at Goodwill of like, I don't want to say like cottagecore, but it's like the cross stitch like decorations that you can put on your wall. I'll put a picture of it right here of what I got at Goodwill. No, it wasn't at Goodwill. It was at Salvation Army, but I'm really into like the vintage antique home decor right now to decorate. And there's not a lot of decorations up in my apartment as it is, so I really need to start decorating this year. So that would be another thing that I can do. Another thing that I would love to do this year is learn how to do my makeup fully. And by this, I mean a full beat. A full beat of makeup. I know how to do my makeup. Spencer was climbing on the coffee table. My camera literally fell. But I know how to do my makeup. But I don't know how to do a full beat of makeup. Like, I feel like when I see girls, they know how to do the foundation, the contour, the concealer, the eyeshadow, and everything. And I feel like I don't know how to do it. My basic makeup consists of like literally just eyeliner, putting like black liner on my waterline, putting lip gloss on, putting mascara on, and a little bit of concealer and blush. And I want to learn how to like do a full beat. Like, I feel like if somebody were to be like, okay, can you do a full beat, or I'm gonna take your cat, or if somebody was like, if somebody literally held me at gunpoint, was like, you need to do a full beat of makeup, or this gun is going off, unfortunately that gun is gonna go off, because I don't know how to do a full beat of makeup. So that's something that I also would like to learn how to do this year. And I asked my friend Aaliyah to teach me how to do makeup because she's super into doing makeup, and she said she would. So we'll see. I'm really excited to learn how to do that, because I feel like once I learn how to do that, I'm just going to be unstoppable. So there's that. Another thing that I would like to do or stay on top of this year, because I actually already started doing this, I've been doing really well, is just staying on top of my academic obligations. And I mean academic obligations because I have a really bad habit of waiting till last minute to do my FAFSA, waiting till last minute to schedule my classes, waiting until last minute to do important paperwork. And this past semester, I was on top of it this semester. I got all my background check and stuff done, because for the education program, you have to get a teacher's permit done. Understandable. I got all that stuff done, and ironically so, I got all that stuff done early, and I still got everything so late. But at least I know that I did everything on my end, and that I was on top of everything, and that everything is done. But this semester I've been doing really well, staying on top of my schoolwork and making sure I'm on top of like content. So I have been scheduling days to do schoolwork. You're probably like, why have you never done that before? It was just because I was only doing schoolwork when I had the time. I wasn't making the time to do schoolwork, and I realized how much that was actually impacting me in my schoolwork and understanding not content, understanding content and like preparing myself for tests. This semester, I'm like literally so set up that like if a teacher were to give me a random quiz right now, I will be fine because I have been staying on top of my schoolwork and prepping myself a week ahead for my schoolwork, and that is something that honestly I'm giving myself a pat on the back for and because typically what happens is that I get everything organized and everything in the beginning of the semester, right? And then I'm doing really well. And then towards the end of the semester, everything starts falling off. Um, and around that time, things will slowly start falling off right now. But it's not. This bandwagon is still going strong. And I'm super proud of myself. And lastly, something that I would love to do for this year is I would love to put more time and effort into my outfits no matter where I'm going. I had a really bad habit of throwing on a hoodie and sweatpants. Obviously a matching set. And I would not take the time to do my hair. I would not take the time to do my makeup. I would not take the time to like even eat breakfast. Like I was literally just waking up and getting dressed. Obviously brushing my teeth and all that. I was waking up and getting dressed and like not making myself feel presentable. And then what started happening that since I did not look presentable or look cute, I started feeling like crap. So this year I'm committing myself to like if I want to dress down or dress like in a sweatsuit, I'm going to be curling my hair and I'm going to be doing my makeup and I'm going to be throwing on a headband and dressing it up because it's just something that I've let go on for too long, and I realized that a lot of the times that I felt not like good about myself or like pretty about myself or nice about myself was literally the times that I was dressed like a bum, like a crackhead. So I've been doing really well on making sure that I feel and look presentable, because how you carry yourself is super important. And that's something that my mom has always told me. She was like, you never want to, well, this is kind of, now that I want to say it, this is kind of like, but she was like, you never want to have like people look at you and be able to tell like what your problems are. I just want to look presentable and look nice. And I feel like if I look presentable and I look nice, then I'm more motivated to do things because I look presentable and I look nice. There's that. But that's all of the things that random things I would like to do for this year. Thank you so much for staying around for watching the video, and I hope you subscribe and you come back and watch the next one. Bye.